So my stance can be underneath my hips. I'm gonna talk about this in a second. But with the shoulder press, what I'm doing is I'm taking the object from my shoulder to directly over my head and back to my shoulder. So from this position, over my head. Now in the future, right, you can start incorporating your legs and hips and drive it, what's called a push press. Or you could also do what's called a push jerk, where I get to use my legs and hips twice. But let's stay focused on the shoulder press first. What I think about with my footwork is to start with my feet underneath my hips. And the reason for that is that it carries over in these other movements like the push press and the push jerk. So my feet underneath my hips in what's called power position. Okay, this is more of a landing position. This is more of a power position. I can create energy out of my hips in the future, which even though in the shoulder press I might not be doing, it helps us as we progress to a push press or push jerk if you want in the future. On a shoulder press, the most important thing as far as I'm concerned is bracing the position. So when I take these dumbbells from the floor, whether you clean it or you take it from a rack, whatever it is, I think about bracing my rib cage down and creating a weight belt around my spine, protecting my spine by utilizing my breath. So a lot of people use a weight belt, and that's fine. There's a reason to be using that, maybe if you want. But what I'm thinking about is creating that. And so it doesn't only involve my erectors, but it also involves my abs. And I'm taking my rib cage, I'm bracing down. Brace this position before I start my shoulder press, okay? So it's not here, it's not here, it's bracing neutral. It's neutral, yep. So as I take my shoulder press, right, my dumbbells are in what's called a front rack position. Now, I like to hold them in this position here. Some people do it otherwise. I like it here because it translates into other movements we do. From this position, take a big breath in. I think I'm bracing my belly down, my rib cage. This is my position. I'm gonna hold it the whole time. Now, once I'm overhead, what I'm focused on is maintaining this same position. I wanna avoid this.
Got it.
So if you have poor shoulder range of motion, you might be out here. But what I'm doing is I'm overarching my back. So I need to be in this position here. Now, as I come back down, I lead with my elbows here. So from here, big breath, brace, press, lead back with my elbows here. Not out, but staying in this strong position. What it does is I engage my lat on the way down. So when I'm here, I'm thinking about rotating in this position here versus out, which starts to recruit my lat and makes me feel very powerful. As I get here, I'm like recoiled, and boom, I'm driving it back up again. So bracing the belly, feet underneath my hips, and maintaining this neutral spine while overhead is number one. If you don't have the range of motion to hold this, you should lighten up the load and work through some shoulder range of motion exercises until you can, because you don't want to be in this compromised position here where you start to overarch your back. So think about if you walk into like an interview for the first time, Bernardo, and you're like, hey man, I'm Bernardo, and you're walking like this. They'd be like, dude, what's up with this guy, right? This is called like, you know, just flexion, like you're creating like this trunk bad position in the back. Whereas if you walk into your interview and you're like, hey, how's it going? I'm Bernardo. You'd be like, what the hell are you doing? You're in this overextended position. But if you're neutral, where you're here, this is a normal position. That's what we're looking to maintain on all of our presses, all of our lifts, all of the time.
Can I try also?
Yeah, let's see what you got. So your feet underneath your hips. Those dumbbells are gonna be on your shoulders. Good. Now from this position, I like to be in here and just kind of stand up a little bit more. Right there. Now from there, brace the belly and press straight over your head. Yeah, now see if you can hold this down, right? And reach up hard. So you're punching up into the ceiling. Yes. Now from here, lead forward with your elbows on the way down. This position here. Yeah, load the lat. Now you should be up here. Bring the dumbbell up a little bit higher. Right there. Now brace, press. Good. Now on the way down, lead with the elbow and load the lat a little bit. Yeah. Touch and drive. Yeah. Now go ahead and come back down. Get back on your shoulder. Hold that right there for a minute. Now just let the dumbbell rest on your shoulder right here. Good. Now try and take a big breath in. Brace your stomach like someone's gonna punch you. Now hold that position as you press up. Yeah, hold it. Good. And come back down. Yeah. So that's all we're looking for right there, right? And that's gonna lead us into future movements like the push press and push jerk. But as you came down, you probably felt that recruitment right here, and you're getting that by keeping in this position here versus kind of flaring out. There's other ways to do this. This just translates into other exercises better that I've found, like the push press and push jerk, by keeping your dumbbell in this position here.